Today I'm going to show you a FabFilter preset that I use a lot, and it's going to make your tracks sound super radio friendly. So by the end of this video, you're going to be able to put this setting on before your limiter, and it's going to sound super good on all kinds of speakers that don't have super highs and super lows. And that's what you want, because that sounds good on earbuds, it sounds good on car stereos, and it sounds good on laptops. So I like to call this setting Radio 1, because that's where we all want to be. If you don't know who I am, my name's Streaky. I've been a pro engineer for over 25 years, working with some of the world's leading artists, and I'm here on YouTube to help you get better sounding music. So first of all, set up a limiter on your mix bus. Now you want this going in so that you're getting a bit of gain reduction, about 3 dB, something like that. So if you play the track and then lift the input up, and then on the output you want to see it getting about -3. Let's see. So when you're presenting tracks to people, you're going to usually do a limited version and an unlimited version. The reason for this being that people want to hear it loud because they will naturally think it's not as good because it isn't at the same level as other people. So I'm sure by now, if you know how to mix, then you will already be putting a limiter on the end of your mix and then giving that one version without the limiter to the mastering guy, or mastering without the limiter, and then the limited version is a kind of reference for people to listen to in the outside world. So before you put your limiter on, well, once you've got your limiter on, should I say, then this preset is for you so that it stops your mix sounding too flat, because this preset will make everything in the mids pop out a touch. It won't go too over the top, but it just pops them out a touch, which makes it sound a little bit more radio when people are listening. We're usually referencing on earbuds or cars or on a laptop or some kind of small speaker. They're never on massive full-scale speakers. So this is just going to make it pop a little bit more. So grab the Pro Q3. This is a preset from my preset pack, which is, you can see I've got quite a few presets in there. This one is called Radio 1, as I keep saying. And this setting is, let me just run through the different settings before I let you hear it, the before and after. So we have 1 dB at 174 Hertz. These are quite wide cues because we're really just doing a kind of real opening the mids up to make it just pop a little bit. So keep them nice and wide, nothing too tight. We're adding here. So that is a 170 at quite a wide Q of 0.4 and plus 1 dB. Then go up to 1.7K. And now you can see this is really wide. It's going all the way up to about 20 kilohertz and also down to about 200. So it's quite a big spread, but this is just in the mid channel. So you need to select that here. So you've got stereo placement and you put it in the mids only. So this will be affecting just the center. So it's just gonna pop the vocals out a little bit. Just a touch, because we're only adding 1.5 dBs here and it's quite a smooth curve, so it's only going to pop them out a touch. Then we're going to do at 5K, so this can get quite edgy. So the whole point of this is just in the sides only. So we've got the mids coming up and then we've got the sides coming to make it a little bit more open at around 5K. If you did this in the center at 5K, it might make it sound a little bit harsh and a little bit tizzy. So if you've got any S's in the vocals, or if you've got any guitars that, you know, it's going to give it that kind of a sound. So we don't want that. That's why we're doing it in the sides only. What we want to do is, this middle setting is also in dynamic mode. So if you go to dynamics, so you've pulled this up by 1.5 dB, but the dynamics are then up over 2 dB there. Just move that up. And then also put the lower frequency, so 170 Hertz, put that in dynamic mode, but just leave the dynamics at the bottom. So this is lifted, but what this is going to do, it's just going to make them move. So they're not always going to be in that position. They're just going to move when they need to be. So this is going to add a little bit of movement to the track, and then it's also going to keep it a little bit wider because of this side information. So this is a really good way to bring the mids out, get the sides going, and it will sound a lot more exciting. We're not doing massive settings here. These are like 1 dB pushes, 1.5 dB. So, you know, it's not going to really pull things out mentally bad. It's not going to ruin the mix, is what I'm trying to say. Let's have a listen to the before and after, and you can see exactly what I mean. So the before, it tends to always sound a little bit flat when you've done a mix before you go to mastering. So this is why it's going to cure that. So here you go. Here's the before. You might find her So you can hear it sounds quite nice, but let's just put this on and you'll hear the difference. I'll pop between one and the other. That's a really good livener, isn't it? You can hear a massive difference, but there isn't much of a difference going on. It's still super smooth. It's not too edgy, it's not too hard anywhere in the mids. It's just keeping it smooth, but keeping it very radio friendly because it's just dealing with those mids. We're not touching the super highs and the super lows too much. So then we get this really good sound that is going to really translate well in your laptops and earbuds and that kind of thing. Now, if you want my Fab Filter presets, you can get them from my website, streaky.com. There's a bundle of them in there. You can grab those now. They are part of my Black Friday sale. So if you go there, you'll see I've got all my courses on a massive, up to 90% off for Black Friday. So if you're watching this before the end of November 2022, then you can make the most of this and get these Fab Filter presets for 90% off and all my other courses. So I've got my main mastering course in there on a massive discount and my main mix course in there, which they're both brand new courses. So make the most of the deal that's going on till the end of November, Black Friday. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time.